There's a dramatic week ahead on the cobbles, as Adam Barlow's Sam Robertson ordeal continues at the hands of unhinged ex-Lydia Chambers, Rebecca Ryan. Lydia's stalking has already torn him apart from wife Sarah, Tina O'Brien, but what's in store for them now? Gary Windus, Mikey North, tries to keep his murder a secret as Laura Nealon, Kel Allen, grows more suspicious, but misdeeds always have a habit of coming out in so planned. Meanwhile, his sister Faye Windus, Ellie Leach, worries for boyfriend Craig Tinker, Colson Smith, after his huge career sacrifice to protect her criminal behavior. Amy Barlow, Elle Mulvaney, has a cash-related proposition for Grandad Ken, William Roach, and Maria Connor. Samia Long-Chambon continues to pursue her campaign to run as a local councillor. Sally Metcalf, Sally Dinover, returns to the delight of husband Tim, Joe Duttine, after visiting sister Gina. Here's all the Coronation Street gossip for the week of 21 to 25th of March 2022. Does Lydia kill Adam? Lydia has been tormenting one-time beau Adam for weeks, convincing his wife Sarah that they had a passionate affair and that Adam then turned nasty. After being arrested for trashing Lydia's flat, he thought the situation couldn't get much worse, but his life is about to be put at serious risk. Adam tries to catch Lydia out by recording her on his phone, but she realizes what he's up to and rages over his past treatment of her. Whatever she reveals does cause Adam to feel a pang of guilt, but when he appeals to Lydia to come clean to Sarah, she is furious at his attitude and attacks him, leading Adam to suffer a terrifying fall. Will Adam survive, and will Lydia pay for her actions? Also, will Sarah arrive during her estranged husband's hour of need? Laura is on to Gary. Since she started her search for daughter Kelly's, Millie Gibson, Dadrick, Laura has noticed shifty Gary's behavior. Next week, as the private investigator quizzes him over his connections with Rick, Gary begins to panic that his secret is about to come out. He decides he has no choice but to move Rick's body. The Pie concludes Rick must be dead and the clues point to Gary. After an unsuccessful attempt to get into the building site, Gary is thwarted and confronted by Laura. Will Gary be forced to admit what he did? And if he does, how will Laura react? Is this the end for Gary? Faye has a dilemma. Viewers know that Craig quit the police force after covering up Faye and Emma's, Alexandra Mardell, part in pensioner Ted's death. But he is struggling to put on a happy front in his factory packing job, and Faye is worried about him. As his mum Beth, Lisa George, works out how much he misses his old job, Faye tries to arrange a date to cheer him up, but Craig just isn't in the right mindset. He admits to Emma that he can't help resenting Faye for her part in everything. With the couple in such a bad place, the timing couldn't be worse when Faye suspects she might be pregnant. Confiding in grandmother Elaine, Paula Wilcox, she is encouraged to take a test. Is Faye expecting a baby? And if she is, how will Craig feel? Amy's proposition. Amy draws up a budget plan and asks Ken if she can use her trust fund from Deirdre to pay for her degree. While Ken agrees, her dad Steve, Simon Gregson, intervenes and asks him to reconsider, still unhappy over Amy's relationship with Jacob Hay, Jack James Ryan. What will Ken decide? Steve is further put out to find that Dev, Jimmy Harkishin, has given Amy a job at the kebab shop, reminding his friend that Amy is now living with the person who used to sell drugs out of Dev's chip shop, Jacob. Will all of Amy's plans be left in ruins? Maria's plans gather pace. Maria continues her grand plans to be elected as councillor, and after Phil, Jamie Kenner, offered to help in the race against Bernard, there's a new development. He reveals a confidential report showing that the council are covering up the dangers of local air pollution. Will this information help Maria's cause and thwart her opponent? Phil later tells Maria that his sneakiness may cost him his job, leaving her feeling terrible. Gary and Maria later cast their votes before posing for photos at the polling station. Will Phil's risk be worth it, and will Maria be victorious? Sally is back. Sally returns from Newcastle, where she has been looking after unwell sister Gina, while the real Sally Dinover competed on ITV's Dancing on Ice. Tim is desperate for a very specific kind of reunion. But with Tim still recovering from his heart bypass and his mum Elaine still living in the house, this may have to wait a little longer. Tim eventually manages to persuade his wife to join him for an early night, but of course, Elaine arrives home to spoil their plans. Will they ever get time alone together again?